Hello! Do you remember a couple of months ago when I created the minimal pairs video? If you do, you'll remember that I created several pronunciation trees with each one focused on a different minimal pair. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, please feel free to pause the video and go back and watch it now. In that video, I promised you that there would be more similar videos coming in the future, which would help you test and practice your pronunciation skills, particularly when it comes to minimal pairs. Something that you may or may not have thought of before is that you can have these similar sounds show up in the beginning, middle, or end of a word, both with consonants and with vowels. Completing exercises such as these can help us recognize what aspects of pronunciation we still need to work on. Sometimes words in English sound so similar to people from other first languages that they may negate the difference, thinking that it sounds close enough. However, allow me to give you an example of why it is important to get pronunciation correct. The minimal pair that I'm choosing for this example is R and L, a commonly mispronounced and challenging minimal pair. I'm using this example because it is one that I have had many learners struggle with, yet there is a significant difference in meaning between the two sounds. For example, we can use the two words rice and lice. If you've struggled to understand the difference between what I've just said, please pay particular attention. Let's use a sentence to demonstrate the difference. Perhaps you have rice every day with dinner and really enjoy eating rice. You may want to say to someone, "I eat rice for dinner every day. It tastes delicious." However, if you get the pronunciation wrong, it may sound to an English speaker like you are trying to say, "I eat lice every day for dinner. It tastes delicious." The listener to the second sentence will likely be shocked and most likely disgusted. So let's work on preventing these kinds of issues. Instead of working on one specific minimal pair today for each pronunciation tree, we're going to work with one pronunciation tree that demonstrates the differences in several sounds and in several locations of a word as we go along. Each time I speak through the tree, try to follow along with which words you believe that I am saying. If you come out at the same place on the tree as I do, great listening. I hope that you succeed with this every time. The next step is for you to take the pronunciation tree and try to walk someone else through it and see if they can hear the correct words as you say them. If something doesn't match up, you will know that either A, you need to work on your pronunciation a bit more, or B, they need to work on their listening a bit more. Either way, it's great practice for both of you. Let's try word set number 1. Bin, thigh, had, meme, seal. Bin, thigh, had, meme, seal. How did you do? Did you find the right word in the right place at the end? If not, which one did you miss and why? Let's walk through the differences that are highlighted in each of the pairs with the purpose of trying to clarify which sounds to listen to if you are struggling to hear a difference. The first difference that you will notice is between bin and pin. This is an initial consonant sound difference between the two minimal pairs B and P. The main difference between these two sounds is that one is voiced and the other is unvoiced, meaning that one of them makes your vocal cords vibrate while the other is more aspirated, meaning that it creates that puff of air. Listen to the two sounds together. B, P. The B is voiced and the P is unvoiced. Therefore, you should hear that sound differently in the words bin and pin. Bin, pin. Excellent. Let's move on to the second set, thy and thigh. Even though the spelling on these two words looks quite different, the reality is that the only pronunciation difference is actually in the initial TH sound. Once again, we are faced with a minimal pair initial consonant, with the TH sound being both voiced and unvoiced. This is tricky to see in writing as the sounds are written in the same way. The only way that we know which one is voiced and which one is unvoiced is by the pronunciation of these words. One has the voiced TH sound and one has the unvoiced TH sound. Listen. Th. Thigh, thy. Great work. The next pair of words is hat and had. Rather than a different initial consonant in this pair, we are actually looking at a different final consonant in this minimal pair. However, the difference is still a minimal pair, with the D being voiced and the T being unvoiced or aspirated. D, T. Listen again. Had, hat. Nice job. The next set of words looks completely different from each other in writing. However, in pronunciation, the only difference is again that final consonant sound. In this case, the sounds produced at the end are both nasal sounds, and they can be challenging to hear the difference between. Make sure that for the sound, you close your lips to block air from leaving your mouth. And for the sound, you close your teeth while leaving your lips open to block the air. Mean, meme. Great job. The final set of words once again uses two similar sounds in the initial consonant position, S and Z. These sounds can be challenging to hear differently in normal speech, even if you can easily hear the difference when you are working slowly on the sound. Keep working on it and you will get there. S, Z, seal, zeal. Great job. Now that we've gone through each of the pairs of sounds, let's try a few more run-throughs of this pronunciation tree for practice. Try to follow along and see if you can find the right word at the end each time. Pin, thy, had, meme, zeal. Pin, thy, had, meme, zeal. Pin, thigh, hat, mean, seal. Pin, thigh, hat, mean, seal. Pin, thigh, had, mean, zeal. Pin, thigh, had, mean, zeal. Pin, thy, hat, meme, zeal. Pin, thy, hat, meme, zeal. Hopefully you were able to hear the correct pattern in each of these word sets. If not, practice pronouncing these words properly at home for a couple of days, and then try watching the video again to see if you can get it right. As I suggested earlier, you can also try this at home with a friend or family member so that you can practice hearing these words with different voices. I hope that this has been helpful for you and that you can feel yourself progressing in your language skills. Keep watching for more videos on my channel, and don't forget that a little bit of practice every day goes a long way. See you next time.